But let's start with the Euro Tour and with the champion, Luke Humphries, winning his first European Tour title in Munich at the weekend. Are we looking at the next first-time major winner in the PDC, though, in cool hand?
I mean, he's in the conversation with a few other players. And, I mean, obviously, we can start with Michael Smith, who was a world finalist this year, a UK Open finalist. He has to be the first name on many people's lips, but Luke Humphries is right there or thereabouts as well. And, so is Damon Hedda, who made a quarterfinal here. It's going deep in every tournament. Ryan Searle, who made a final at the back end of last year. I've had that feeling that he's regressed a little bit, but he's fifth in the year in Players' Championship events in terms of averages. Maybe just has had a few poor matches when I've watched, but it seems like Ryan Searle has picked up exactly where he's left off last year. And then you have, some players who are breaking through this year, like Martin Schindler, Josh Rock, Callan Ritz, who he's definitely regressed a little bit this year, but you think of it more of a slump, showing every signs of being the next major champion. And then, of course, there's a bunch of players on that next tier, players like Christoph Ratajski, Dave Chisnall, who have been around and have gotten close but haven't yet done it. There's a lot of players who could be that next first-time major winner. But Luke Humphries has to be one of the favorites right now because it's almost every tournament where he's going deep, whether it's a Players' Championship event, a Euro Tour, or a major. And, look this year in the Players' Championship events, he's won his board in 8 of the 13 events, and including winning the very first one of the year. That's a level of consistency that champions have. They're able to, every single tournament, come and bring their best. And if they're not able to bring their best, still find ways to get results. It's a tough question because I don't know who the next first-time major winner is going to be. I called Joe Cullen and Danny Noppert, or in the middle of the pandemic, the 2 most underrated players in world darts. But I didn't think that even at the start of this year, they would be the next 2 first-time winners. Luke Humphries, I might have even put ahead of either one of them at that point in time. But it was Joe Cullen at the Masters and then Danny Noppert at the UK Open. I don't know if we're looking at the next first-time major winner, but we're looking at one of the 2 or 3 players who legitimately should be the favorite to be the next first-time major winner. And if he goes out and wins the World Match Play later this summer, it would not be surprising. It would not even be surprising at all. I don't know what I'm looking for. He is on the cusp. But is he the next first time? I don't know.
I think with Luke Humphries, even before this weekend, you'd say that he was in that list of players. He was in the list of players in that conversation to be the next first-time major winner in the PDC. And it goes to show as well, you rattled off a lot of names there, the strength in depth that we have in the PDC right now. And Dan Dawson touches on it later when we speak to him as well. But there are just so many people that you look at and you go, they're more than capable of going on a run in one weekend, in 1 week, and lifting that big silverware. And you mentioned some of the names that I was going to mention. You've always got to put Michael Smith up there in the conversation. Of course, players in the past that have made finals or won Euro Tour events, the likes of Dave Chisnall and Christoph Ratajski. And then even someone like Mervyn King. Okay, he's not won one yet. That's why I've mentioned his name. But he's made plenty of finals and even making finals in the last couple of years on TV. So he's someone that, okay, he's not as consistent as he was in the past, but he is capable as well of going on a deep run and making a final. So you'd put him in there as well. But certainly Luke Humphries, and this is someone that you go back 10 years now, 2011 and 2012, he was playing on the development tour in the PDC, played in 16 events, and he won just over £200. And you look where he is now, he's on the brink of that top 16. He's only, I think, £15,000 off Ryan Searle in that 16th spot at the moment. He is a player that you'd expect to get in that top 16 at some point this year. And look at what he's done at the weekend. And okay, the games on the final day, on the Monday, I should say, not the Sunday as we're used to because of the Easter weekend, but the games that he had on the Monday will, of course, take all the headlines. The string of performances that he put together, the 101 average to beat Michael Smith, the 102 to beat Wesley Plazier, and then the 7-0, which is the one that jumps off the page, giving Michael van Gerwen just one dart at a double in 7 legs is something that we very rarely see. And 107 average to beat him 7-0, get to the final. But I want to mention that the first game that he had at the weekend, the game against Jeffrey Desvan, who was good to see some signs of him coming back to some form. But Jeffrey was 4-2 up, and we saw Luke Humphries, I think, hit 5 out of 7 on the doubles after that, if you include the double shots that he had at the end to win the game. So you could see from the start of his tournament that he was well up for it, and how he's come through the field and picked up the title. Okay, that the final in the end against Martin Lukeman wasn't his best performance, was it? A 92 average, but he did more than enough to pick up the title. So, yeah, I think looking at what he's been able to produce, not just this weekend, but the last couple of years, he was in the conversation. I think winning a Euro Tour title, that is the next step that you would say to becoming a major winner, getting that title on a stage in a Euro Tour event. So for me, yeah, if I had 50p, I think I'd be trying to put it on a few different people. But if I had to put on one, yeah, I think Luke Humphries might just get the edge at the moment.